What's up, everybody? Welcome to EZPZ Podcast, episode 9. We're coming at you early morning, Wednesday, right before Nick and I head out to Electric Forest in Rothbury, Michigan. So, people with me right now are... What's up, Dan? Dan. Dan, what's up? Wake up, Dan! You need some energy, boy!
I'm awake. I'm tired, but I'm awake.
Alright, and the other co-host with me is Nick. What's up, Nick?
How's it going?
Not bad. So let's dive right into E3. E3 happened last week, actually. I covered it extensively on the EZPZ Twitter if you're following us there, which is just at the EZPZ. Pretty much, we're going to go down just a little bit of the announcements, starting off with Microsoft. They announced the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which is Gears 1, 2, 3, and Judgment. I'm super excited about that. Like I've said before, I was the MLG Pro for Gears of War. That's coming out in August. They've released codes for the beta for anybody that has Gears 1, 2, and 3 on their account, which I got. I haven't been able to play, though, because I'm taking summer classes and getting things ready for Electric Forest. Rare Replay, which is anybody out there that knows, Microsoft bought Rare 4 or 5 years ago. Rare makes Banjo Kazooie.
Okay.
I have no idea what that is.
Conker's Bad for a Day. Perfect Dark Games.
Yeah.
Okay. And Battletoads from the 90s for Sega Genesis.
Damn.
Okay. There's a lot more other games out there, like Cameo that came out for 360. I don't know if you guys remember that. Anyway, Rare Replay has a whole bunch. 30 games, $30. Great deal. Damn. Two other things from Microsoft real quick. Halo 5, I don't really care. Did you guys ever play Halo growing up?
I never got into the first-person shooters and whatnot.
Okay.
I've played it, but it's not my jam.
It's just one of those things, like, you can play it with some friends, even if you aren't familiar with first-person shooters. Get your ass kicked.
It's the same controls as every other
right.
first-person shooter.
Get your ass kicked, but still have some fun. That's kind of how I view that with Call of Duty. Although there is a very good story for Halo games, I'm just not one of those people that follows it.
The whole red versus blue thing and whatnot.
Yeah, red versus blue on YouTube. That's fun. And then Gears 4, which is slated for a late holiday 2016 release. I cannot wait. I hope to lose a job because of it. No, it looks really good. They showed some gameplay. And Gears 4 is just... Gears of War is the game that is going to probably just show everybody what this generation of consoles can do for graphical input or whatever. So Sony is... I don't have a PS4, so I don't really care. But they did have some cool stuff like Final Fantasy VII. So Nick, you followed a little bit of Sony's announcements.
Yeah. I have always been a Final Fantasy fan since the beginning, since PS1, playing all the Final Fantasy games. Right, for sure. And I actually heard just someone shared a link on Facebook that they were doing a remake of Final Fantasy VII, which is probably one of their most popular games that they ever put out in the franchise.
Arguably one of their best. A lot of people say 6, some people say 9, some people say 8. I say 10.
One of my personal favorites. 10, wow.
I love 10 because that was the first one I actually got into heavily since the Super Nintendo ones.
Yeah.
I just love the story. And PS2. But when 10.2 came out, it sucked because my PS2 broke.
Well, anyway, they are going to be making a remake. Just overall better graphics. No new characters added, which it should be. It should just be a straight-up remake. No really official release date as of yet that I could find, but more information will be coming out in the winter.
And Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And also by the same director. I'm going to butcher the name probably, but Tetsuya Nomura?
That's pretty close.
I'm really bad at pronouncing shit like that.
Listeners playing at home are probably like... No, it was this.
Just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, correct him if it's wrong. Oh my god.
Wow, racist.
Stealth mode.
But anyway, he's done a lot of the graphics and directing for all of the Final Fantasy games since the original Final Fantasy VII up until now, and also the Kingdom Hearts games. And they released or announced that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, which is awesome. I've always been interested, but I never actually played the games. So, yeah. Shaun, you said you played
I played one, and I absolutely loved it. I love that commercial that they had with that one song. Don't walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, oh. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. Anyway.
All right.
I love that commercial. And
I think that's our theme song, guys.
Simple and clean, look it up. So, yeah, fun. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be sweet, but I don't own a PS4. Probably won't be getting one for a while because with school, work, and now doing stuff for the EZPZ, I have no time to do anything. But, let's see, Uncharted 4 coming out early next year. That looks amazing, like, of course. And I forgot to mention with the Xbox and Microsoft, they have a Tomb Raider exclusive for later this year. So
I did hear about that. That's will be legit. Sorry, I wanted to go back to Kingdom Hearts real quick. Since I have no idea what it's about at all, what's kind of like a recap? Isn't it kind of like the Final Fantasy world and Disney World, like mashed up? Or
kind of in a way. So it's definitely the Final Fantasy style mashing up with where, you know, it's an RPG. You're running through worlds of Disney character worlds. So you're going to go from like Beauty and the Beast world into Frozen. Frozen's huge for Kingdom Hearts 3 because it was one of the biggest movies Disney's put out in the last decade or a few decades. So you can go from world to world and experience the characters in there and go through the story of the movie, every single one. So that's what's really cool. I remember in Kingdom Hearts 1 they did Tarzan was one of the first worlds that you go to. So you just go from all of the Disney worlds.
I mean, I dig the idea. It's cool.
Amazing,
I don't think there's ever been anything like that before.
Nothing like
a mashup like that of two completely different spectrums and make a game out of it.
That's actually critically acclaimed and really fun. Yeah.
It's nuts.
So Uncharted 4, like I said, that's pretty sweet. The Last Guardian got re-announced to actually come out, which for the gaming people out there is huge. Let's go to Bethesda real quick. They showed gameplay from Fallout 4, and I just cannot get any more hype for it. I automatically pre-ordered. Like I said on my personal Twitter account, at Shaun S. Johnson, that is going to be the only game I pre-order and just binge in a weekend. Much like, you know, lots of people are doing nowadays with Netflix shows. They just automatically get on there and binge it. I'm going to play that as much as possible. I pre-ordered the Pip-Boy actual edition, which is $120.
Damn. But showing up for cash.
Yeah, credit cards. You know what I'm saying?
Credit cards.
No,
it's all nerdy shit if you look at his statements.
Yeah, that and
porn.
Yeah, right. Pay for that. But the Pip-Boy, for players or listeners playing at home that don't know what that is, it's like a wrist computer that's in the game that you can use, but now so nerdy. I know Stealth Mode's gonna go crazy for this, but you can actually put your iPhone 6 into the plastic holder on your wrist and use it during the game. So I'm doing it. It's gonna be sick. I don't give a fuck.
To speak about nerdy shit, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Fucking like the dual discs on Yu-Gi-Oh! Like you
can play
yeah. Put your cards in and shit.
Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! I was a champ in that too. Get on my. Alright, anyway.
Anything we bring up, you're just like, I was like a level 9.
No, I was a champ.
Wizard.
I killed all the kids.
I just, in a way, I feel kind of crappy now because I don't do any of this stuff anymore. I just talk about it. But
it makes you nostalgic. Like
that too. Yeah, I mean. So, let's briefly go over Nintendo real quick because this segment's getting a little bit long. I can see Dan's about to fall asleep. So, Nintendo, biggest highlight there that people are going crazy for on the internet is that no Zelda was mentioned at all. And the Zelda for the Wii U that was announced last year with actual gameplay footage was absent completely. People are going apeshit crazy about that. And they did say right before the digital event that they put on that they weren't going to have any Zelda. But it's huge because there's nothing else that they announced for the Wii U of that caliber. They announced Star Fox Zero, which will be fun and cool, but it looks horrible. It looks like a GameCube game that's in HD. I mean, I know the Wii U's not super strong, but it's as strong, if not a little bit stronger than last gen's Xbox 360 and PS3. So that's one of the reasons. That's just people are pissed. So that was E3. E3 this year was one of the best that we've had in a long time, and I was really happy. I cannot wait for Fallout 4. There's a lot of good games that are coming out for both consoles. It's just a good time to be a gamer overall.
Oh yeah.
All right, so now that I got all the news for E3 out of the way and Dan's not done falling asleep over there. See, guys, I talk really fast because whenever I'm talking about something that Dan doesn't look particularly interested in, he just gives me those like DJ eyes. You know, just go look up any like photo shoot of a DJ. They just look like they're hard. They just look like hard motherfuckers, like a rapper. Like they got their chin up. And then he just gives me that face, and I'm just like, okay. I gotta hurry up and finish this. I gotta go. No, I don't, like, everybody's been telling me, like, slow down. Sean, Kyle Ewing out there, hey, shout out. Brandon's told me to slow down. My sister, Chrissy. Damn. Lots of people have told me to slow down. So
all 4 of our listeners. All of them.
No, we've got tons out there. Shout out to anybody out there listening. But, so... let's go into some more personal stuff. Dan, what's up? Tell us about your week.
All right, I got a couple of things that are going on. So this weekend, do you guys have Verizon?
No, I have T-Mobile.
I got Sprint.
T-Mobile's only $53 a month. I can't compete. They can't compete. So
basically, Verizon came out with a deal this Friday, Saturday, where you got $200 off the iPhone 6, any size, as long as you just update your 2-year contract. And mine just expired last month. Wow. So I wouldn't get fined for it. I was like, sweet, let's get this in. And this was a couple days after Ian got here, which we briefly talked about last week during the recording. He came into town on Thursday. That was a good time. And I was hungover till like 10 p.m. on Friday. So I didn't take my phone in and get a new one on Friday. So I was going to do it Saturday. And then... it turns out some stuff came up, so I didn't get it, and then I went to work, but I was like, it's okay, I can get it online tonight before midnight, it's all good. So as soon as I get home, at about 10 or 11, I go online, I get the phone, it was like $350, I got it for $150, awesome deal, right?
Right.
Said it was supposed to get here Tuesday, which was yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Clearly, I don't have an iPhone 6 right now.
For the listeners playing at home, Dan's staring at a shitty iPhone 4 that I've been like mocking.
4S, yeah, it's the 4S.
Whatever.
It's the 4S, it's an upgrade.
It's got Siri, it's so advanced. You can ask for directions and it's just going to bring up your notes.
Yeah, no shit. So what's up with that? You supposed to get it yesterday?
So I didn't get it yesterday, but I actually got an email yesterday regarding my purchase saying that they couldn't process it any further because there's a problem with the payment.
What?
And right when I ordered it on Saturday, I got an email. It was a confirmation email with my card number on it, with the receipt basically, with my address saying you just wait for the next email, it's going to ship out. So of course I'm pissed because I was expecting to get the phone yesterday. Right. So I call. And long story short, I called 3 different times, the same number, so I could talk to 3 different people. Yeah. And I was getting mad towards the end because there's literally nothing they can do because they fucked it up somehow. What? And I basically have to pay full price to get this fucking phone now.
No way, dude. I guarantee.
So today I'm going in. Today I'm going into the Verizon store and I'm going to be like, look, motherfuckers, I'm going to fucking burn this place down if I don't get my $200.
I'm quitting. You don't have a contract. Say, fuck 6. You guys. I'm leaving.
Right. I was going to say... Shayna, my fiance, that she'll be on the show later today, did something similar where she called them because she was done with Verizon. She didn't want to pay that amount anymore. Hard times with bills and shit. She called them, basically threatened to cancel her service, and then they gave her an iPhone 5C for free.
Yeah, and she got like an extra charger. Right, she got some cool shit too.
So if you just go in,
I'm gonna go in guns blazing with Tay, and just be like, "Look, motherfuckers, you're all dead."
You have proof that you did it. They fucked up.
I fucking do. I have the email that says I was only supposed to pay. It was $148 after tax.
That's bullshit.
$148 for a $350 phone plus.
Well, it was $300, and you had like the activation.
Yeah, $40 for activation, and then it was like $8.
That's horrible. Right. $40.
So I mean,
20. Yeah. Anyway,
I was briefly talking to you this before we recorded for a second. There was that stabbing that happened Saturday night.
No, it was Sunday morning at 5 a.m. because we got the trauma.
Well, for me, it was Saturday night.
Where was it?
And let me tell you, it was in the east side, just east of the Capitol. And I looked this up after the fact because I was in the same block.
Damn.
That it happened when it happened.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was at somebody's house. Long story short. And there was like tons of people at this house, and basically someone's like, "Oh shit, the cops are here," And there was like, I'm not underage, but there was like underage kids or whatever. So they all dipped out real quick. And then some people were like, well, why the hell are they here? Like, we weren't super loud or anything. Like, what's going on? And I mean, there was tons of cops. There was like 4 or 5 like driving around, and they're like, what the fuck? So then it turns out that, yes, there was that stabbing, and I guess there was gunshots, apparently, because as soon as the cops showed up, I mean, they weren't at the house we were at, but people were like, okay, that's kind of weird, let's all just disperse. Because at this point, it was already like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., so it was about time to go to bed. So as I'm leaving, there's like cops that try talking to me and everything, and like, did you guys hear gunshots? Like, what's going on? Because they thought we were the house that they were looking for. So then as soon as we get in our car, the ambulance comes, like the fire department comes, and there's just a swarm of cops out. So that was crazy.
That's crazy because I was at work at 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, and it came over the intercom, code 1 or whatever. That means blood everywhere. That just means like, I don't know if I should probably be saying this. But I think that's fine if I just say that. And then it ended up being this patient that you're talking about. Like, it ended up being the stabbing that happened. It was all over the news, so.
Wow. Yeah, I don't watch the news. I looked into it, though, after the fact. Because I was talking to somebody about it. I was like, I don't know what was going on. Did you hear about a shooting? And they're like, oh, no, it was a stabbing. So it's super crazy.
And that person ended up passing away, I heard on the news.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, insane.
Okay, did you guys hear about that robotic grocery store that's supposed to be the first of its kind or something in Des Moines?
I heard something like it's going to be like, you know how Amazon has the warehouses now where they have robots just basically doing all of the pack, like they grab the pack, like the item or whatever, and bring it to the center where somebody can box it accordingly and make sure that it's correct. I pretty much heard it's going to be like that. Like, you can just have the robot order whatever you need, right?
Well, yeah, basically. It says it's first of its kind robotic grocery store, and it's called Oasis 24/7, but 7 is actually spelled out. And it says it's an automated vending machine style grocery store. And he's saying that the robotic system works on a conveyor belt system with an extractor that retrieves the product from racks and places it on the conveyor for delivery to the customer.
Damn, that's kind of cool,
right? I think that's really cool.
So let's move a little bit farther from that, because I don't think that's going to be coming up around Iowa or Des Moines anytime soon.
No, but it's cool. It's the first of its kind, and it's in Des Moines, because Des Moines is kind of turning into that place where there's lots of cool little places that are very unique. Let's say. I
think. Well, we've been on the top cities in the country list for a long time now. Like, we're going on 5 years of being at least in the top 5. So
that's crazy.
Let's move towards from that like convenience of a grocery stop to Amazon Fresh, which I really want to come to Des Moines, which is like $180 or $200. It just depends what city you're in a year, and you can have groceries delivered to you same day, straight up.
Did you know Hy-Vee has a delivery system though?
Yeah,
they do, and it's only.
You were talking to me about that this week. How's it work?
I've never actually used it, but I was looking into it, because I was thinking about this, and I was just trying to think about other stuff that related to it in Des Moines, and that's the only other really option is kind of like this. So basically, you just order your groceries.
I hate going to the grocery store.
It's either the same day if you order before a certain time. I've never used it. I forget what time it is that you have to order by. I'm sure it's in the morning, but if not, it's the next day delivery.
Right.
That's awesome.
I don't have the specifics on it, but Shayna and I were looking into it, and our brother-in-law, I think is what you'd consider him, Harold. He works at Hy-Vee in like a more higher up level, like not like a bagger boy or some shit, but he was telling us about it too. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Jimmy John's, like as long as you're in a good radius of the Hy-Vee, they'll ship it to you.
Which everyone is, I feel like.
Right, yeah. There's so many out there now. But also, the minimum is like $100. As long as you spend $100, you can get it, and maybe it's like $5 to get it delivered to you. But
the thing is, like, I hate the grocery store. Bottom line, I always have this like infamous story I talk about that just happened to me like within the last year. If I was going to get peaches, it was like a year ago or so. I was going to get peaches. I walk over towards where the peaches are at Walmart, the worst place to go.
Oh
it's the cheapest. Like, I'm a student, you know, I work 25 to 30 hours
Target's
a week.
comparable, and Hy-Vee, their deals are pretty good too.
Yeah, but you have to actually search for deals. That takes time and all that. Like, I just know what I eat and know what I want for my specific diet. Anyway, walk over to Peaches. Homeboy with a giant-ass mustache beard is just sitting there on the cell phone yelling in a different language, which is fine. Like, I'm not against that. But he's like yelling at the person on the phone, like, for some reason. Like, it's cool if you're just going to speak, but don't yell on your phone in public, regardless of what language you're in. Anyway, sits there, grabs the peach, and I'm like just about to grab one too, but he grabs one. He starts rubbing it on his mustache because he's smelling it, and he just is like this, and smelling it, and he puts it down, grabs another, and just keeps doing this.
What?
And I'm just sitting there like in shock and like drop my list.
This is Walmart. You gotta expect that.
But dude,
boogers all over.
that's disgusting. His nasty mustache
Have you been
beard.
to Walmart?
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
People of Walmart.
So I'm all about, what I'm trying to get at is I'm all about Amazon delivering me groceries, Hy-Vee. I don't care.
And yeah, I mean, you're still going to get those groceries that everybody touches. But I was going to mention, as far as Hy-Vee shipping stuff, I used to, when I was younger, like my first job was mowing lawns. And I'd mow the lawns for this old lady, and she would actually get her groceries delivered to her from Hy-Vee. They used to do it for like handicapped people, and now like this update is just like it's access to everybody now because people are lazy and it's 21st century.
Right. Well, I used to pump every single handicapped person's gas at Come and Go.
Nice.
So
That's nice.
See, in some states, they have to
they still
pump
do
your
it,
gas.
yeah, they
because
have
when
to.
I lived in Oregon, I mean, this is 10 years ago, but yeah, they'll pump your gas.
That's
There's
crazy.
a person that'll come out,
I think
take
that's-
your card, swipe it, and pump your gas.
someone that's handicapped, like straight up really old, like a pretty old person, like, or a bigger person, or someone that's just paralyzed, I think that's a good thing for them.
Oh, yeah.
Good service. Yeah, I mean, growing up, that used to be a huge thing. Even in Iowa, somebody had to pump your gas, which is so funny. It's like, you can't expect, like, a normal Joe to understand the technologies of a gas pump or something. But honestly,
Some people, though.
Honestly-
on my side of town.
honestly, yeah, I was just gonna get into it. Like, I used to work at Come and Go. Obviously, I don't now, but Dan still does. And it's kind of funny to like be like, somebody will come in and yell at you like, why is that gas pump working? What's going on? It's like, because you have to slide your card and you have to hit pay inside. You can't just expect it to work like right away.
Right. That's
Yeah, there's so many people today that come into my work who are just so mad at me. So mad. Why I swipe my card, why can't I get my gas? What's going on?
Oh my
And I'm
It's
like, well, what
declining
kind
my card. I know I have money.
yeah, basically. And I'm like, well, what kind of gas you trying to get? And they'll tell me. And I'm like, well, I can see from here that you have the wrong handle and the color coordinated. So what kind do you want? So you should grab the one that matches the color you want.
Yeah.
And they're still like, no, I have the right handle. I've always been grabbing this handle. And then I walk
I've been
out
coming
there.
here for
I
10
walk out
years.
there, and then I point to that color. I point to the colored hose. And I'm like, look, it's exactly what I told you inside.
That is hilarious. Oh
You're
my
an
gosh.
idiot, basically.
That's hilarious. Oh, I wanted to mention, back to going on my vacation to Colorado, going through gas stations in Nebraska and even Colorado in the huge city, all the gas stations are kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, they all have these, like, little, I think they're called Oasis, or, like, the 7-Elevens. They're all dirty, cockroaches everywhere. Like, for Iowa, we got it good with gas stations. Like, all of our gas stations are getting upgraded. We got the Come and Go's and the Casey's, and they're super nice.
We have really nice gas stations.
And those new Casey's look like spaceships.
I know.
Yeah.
Like space shuttles, they're like all crazy.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
looking.
We got
Man,
it
Des Moines
good.
is the place to be.
We got it good for gas stations. I'll give them that.
All right, now for our special segment, episode 1 through 8. We've been talking. Nick and I have been mentioning our girlfriends. Lydia is my girlfriend. Nick.
Shayna is my fiance, actually.
Oh yeah, whatever.
You get shot down if you just say girlfriend now.
It's one of those things you gotta get used to.
I'm not used to saying it.
Us four are on our way to Electric Forest later today, so we wanted to have a special segment with these guest co-hosts about festivals in general, because I know Dan has some funny stories from Lollapalooza and so forth. So let's dive right in with one of the funniest stories from last year we can talk about our friend, very good friend, Brandon Paulson. He's actually the reason why I'm going to Electric Forest this year. He sold me his wristband. Woo. At face value. That's a good dude right there.
That is.
Tay was actually trying to go and she didn't get a ticket. Did you hear about that?
I've been shooting her like emails from people. I've been shooting her offers on StubHub for under $4.50. So yeah, I did my due diligence trying to get my friend to go.
Her phone is whack though. She doesn't get like any of my texts.
And that's what she's telling me. Yeah. So I hope that was why, because I spent a good hour like finding good prices, and that sucks. She needs a computer. Anyway, last year, one of the funnier stories. Lydia, go ahead and start explaining a funny story from last year.
Dive into Brandon's madness.
Yeah, well, as we all know, Brandon Paulson loves to rage hard. He is the rage king, if you will. And, every night when people started trickling back into the camp, they would be there to tell their wild stories of the night, because everyone had a different experience. That's the magic of the forest, I guess.
Yeah, of any festival.
And, this particular night, Brandon got back and he was talking about how he was dancing in the crowd, and he was dancing next to this girl, I guess, who was dancing maybe a little too close, and he said that he had to turn around and, he just had to tell her, yo, can you please take 2 steps back, because I'm about to rage.
Oh, God.
We love Brandon. Shout out to Brandon.
Safety first. If you're about to rage hard, gotta look out for your friends.
He would come, he would be sopping wet, just sweat and rage juice all over the place, too. And he would just come back and
going everywhere.
Rage juice.
Yeah.
Joe, I was saying, I wish we would have put, a GoPro on him, like a dog when they're running out in the forest. Just to see what the hell he did the whole time, because he was always gone. We saw him maybe 2 or 3 times the whole experience we were there.
He honestly, being the vet he was for a festival as of last year, he was honestly the one that took it most advantage, I think.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Visiting friends from out of state, going from here to there to that.
No, I was just going to say about him is when I go to festivals, even if I'm in a group, I feel like I just do my own thing. I don't know about you guys.
The lone
maybe
wolf.
You're different. Yeah, because I don't know why. I always just, whether it's I want to see somebody that everybody else doesn't want to see, or you know what, maybe someone needs to go to the bathroom and they come back and you just can't find them because there's 100 million people.
Always.
All looking the same, all super fucked up. So yeah, I always go do my own thing, and I always have an awesome time. Time in my life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, honestly, about that, as far as just sometimes you lose people, and one of my favorite nights, honestly, it was after a set. I think, the music was over. Our good friend Daniel Turner and I, we were walking with Becca and Shaun. And
Colin.
And Colin, and I don't remember what happened. I just know that they kind of got separated from us, and Daniel and I were trying furiously to find them. We thought it was such a big deal. Then we realized it's nighttime. We're alone in Never Never Land.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Let's just go with this. Let's roll with it. And we wandered through the forest, just he and I. We found some cool people, met some cool people, and just really kicked it. And that was one of my favorite nights. So sometimes it really is just worth it just to lone wolf it and not worry about it.
Right. Yeah, I have something to say about that. Give some more context to that story. Is actually what's fun, awesome about that is right before this all happened, around I want to say 11 p.m., 10:30, we went back to camp, and this was just night 1 of Electric Forest, and our tent was slashed, and all of our shit was gone through. And all my cash got stolen, which I know is stupid now. Like I said, I was not a festival veteran back then.
I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, geez. So we had bad vibes from that.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was
Anyone?
Yeah. Well, I had bad vibes, and I had to call and cancel all my credit cards because my wallet was missing until somehow it turned up in the middle of our cars. But anyway, so just to give context to that story, we were all just an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I was calling a bunch of credit card companies canceling that stuff, and all of our cash got stolen. We just felt violated because Nick and Shayna's stuff were in our tent too, and some of their bags were like gone through.
Well, everything's gonna go or get rifled through again this year. I think it's inevitable. People are just gonna go through your stuff. So
you had to put it in your car and lock it.
Yeah, anything important, just lock it up.
That's why I hate camping in general, though.
It sounds so obvious.
I'm a pretty boy. I gotta get like a hotel.
For real. No, but like it sounds so obvious to the listener at home probably that of course keep it in your locked car, but you don't think about that. With like the car that we had last year was Colin's, which was you just use a key to unlock it. He didn't have like the button, so it's just such a hassle like to think about. Oh, I have to get his key from him. He's gonna be off doing his own thing. If I want to get to my stuff, and he's off doing his own thing because he's kind of a lone wolf too. At some nights, like some nights he just he would come back like, guys, I had the best time of my life, freaking out. We'd be like, Colin, so what happened? Like, what was going on? He's like, I met this girl. And then he just would stop and be like, I can't talk about it. It was just too good.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's the thing too, and I'm sure it does sound really obvious for anyone listening, but I think I was just really like transfixed and like enchanted by the whole idea of Electric Forest, and really thought that it was like this utopia like place. But unfortunately, no matter what festival you go to, where you go to, you know, you got 40,000 people. There's going to be some jackasses around.
Forest's cap is 40,000, but EDC on Saturday, their Saturday day event had 135,000 people.
Jesus,
unreal. 190 degree weather.
When I've gone.
Yeah,
it's too many people to comprehend.
Right,
too many people.
So when there's a lot of people, there's a lot of excrement. So Shayna, let's tell us your story.
Oh my gosh.
Well, tell us a funny story from last year when it comes to like us four just discovering how bad it can actually get.
It can get bad.
Yeah,
we know it can get bad, and thank God we had you to review that for us.
Well, I mean, kind of going back to what Shaun was saying. I mean, you get that many people, of course, and what Lydia was saying, there's jackasses there. So I, being the girl that I am, was not really happy about having to use porta potties to go to the bathroom for 4 days, 5 days straight, rather. I mean, every time I'd go to the porta potty, I would just try to scan all the porta potties to find the best one, the cleanest one. And I'd always go back to camp and inform everyone what the status of the porta potty
Down the road, second to the right, number 3.
Third one from the left.
Guys, it was
just
the best.
Clean.
Shayna reviews shits is what we called this segment. Every day we would have Shayna come to the camp and just tell us, hey, you know, this, that, the other. But a pro tip for anybody out there is just bring some wet ones. Those are a dream.
Yeah, you must have.
Plus, or at least any toilet paper. You have to have your own because you walk in, somebody could be super screwed up, so messed up on whatever the heck they got, they pee all over the toilet paper, which I saw multiple times, just wet, soggy toilet paper.
Damn. That's just people being dicks, though. People are just being dicks when they do that.
See, there's a lot of bad eggs at a music festival. There's a million people, or thousands of people that are enjoying themselves, but there's bad eggs, too. So.
And I feel like people get to a certain point when they're fucked up that just total disregard for respecting any piece of property.
I mean, I've been there. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, porta potties I'm not a fan of.
One last thing to add to the porta potty segment. This is the first time I've ever seen a porta potty almost overflow. Like they were straight up
Ranch arena.
They're like bottomless pits too.
Yeah,
they really are.
Like if you sit, your balls are dipping in some shit.
You
can't do it.
The only time I've ever had shit on my balls is probably when I had diarrhea and explosive diarrhea, so that was not fun.
Oh my god, I didn't say I did. I'm just saying that would be, you would have shit.
Nick, come on, yours dangle that low. Yours dangle that low for sure.
Well, you have to master the art of hovering. It's a really good workout for your...
Women have to master the art of hovering. We are fortunate enough, unless we have to go number 2, that we can just aim. So, So, tell us a little bit about, because we've never been to a music festival, Dan, that...
so mainstream.
Yeah, so that isn't camping, excuse me.
That isn't camping.
So tell us, like, how does that work? Is there just constant party on all floors of the hotel?
Yes.
Is there dirt and everything on the walkway? Because you're tracking in tons of dirt.
Yeah, when I went to Lala, the one time, I've gone a couple years, but some were just after shows and stuff, because it's downtown Chicago. So I did go 1 year to the full festival, and that was in 2013. And yeah, basically it's in Grant Park, which is the heart of downtown Chicago, and all the hotels get booked months and months in advance, but we planned this out a year ahead, so there's literally a hotel that you see from Grant Park, and you can like look down and see. And we got a hotel. I think it was called. Just kidding, I forget what it's called. but yeah, basically it was a party like every night, like at the hotel, just on the streets. It was.
Are there like people in the hallways of the hotel partying?
Yes, actually.
Is it like that?
Yeah, there's like actually one night I was with my buddy, and we actually didn't party with these chicks, but there's just like hella half naked chicks that just like walked past, just super fucked up. And then one other day we were too hungover, and this is like biggest regret of that festival is I don't know how it happened, but I was so hungover. This is like day 3, it's Sunday, and there's like all these half naked girls who come in like 10 a.m. I don't know how they got in or how they knew we were in there, and like, oh my god, it's the last day, you should come party with us. And I was like, no, I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't do this. And then they
Even
just left.
half naked
and they
chicks.
just left. They seriously did. There was like 4 or 5 of them, and they're all bopping around. The one like sat on the bed with me, and then. Yeah, I just was so hungover I didn't even take advantage of it.
Yeah, Dan, you gotta say yes more. So real quick, going from that into actual Electric Forest. Electric Forest this year is gonna have a whole bunch of new installations. Have you guys read up on any of the new installations at all?
Yeah.
Oh, those mirror boxes.
There's gonna be so they did a thing with Kickstarter where you can spend. I think the lowest is $75 for a small box. It's $175 for a bigger one, and then there's a third tier. It's like over $200, but you can actually take home part of that installation after the festival's over, like on Monday morning. You can go pick it up.
That's
and it's like these mirror boxes. I'm super excited to see them because a mirror box, I mean, just looks really pretty. You have to kind of check it out. We'll have that in the show notes, hopefully. Which, by the way, for the listeners, if you're listening to this, it's going to be a little bit late, and the reason why it is late is because obviously we're going to Electric Forest
today.
Yeah, right now. Today,
it's
Wednesday, June 24th. But yeah,
I was like, who is doing that? With your mouth like closed.
Any other fun stories?
I do have one last cool story.
Yeah, go for it.
This is not really
What's it about? I can lead into it better.
I was just at Lollapalooza. This is when I went, and Charles Gambino was headlining one of the nights.
Oh, fuck.
So I was at some after party the day before he was supposed to headline, and I was taking the night off from drinking and doing all that because you gotta kind of pace yourself. Because we were there for 4 nights, and this was the 3rd night, so before the last day, and I was taking it off so I could go home the next day. Yeah, and everybody's going super crazy, just off the chain. It's like 4 a.m. and I look to the left, and there's like one other dude that's just like chilling, just on his phone like me, just kind of enjoying it. And it's fucking Donald Glover.
No
right
way.
next to me on his phone. Swear to God. Swear to God.
Dude. Why have you not ever told me this? I told you I love Childish Gambino so much. Are you serious?
I didn't tell this. It was at the Porter Robinson Madion after show, and it was just me and Donald Glover. And we were in this like little.
Did he have a drink in his hand? Was he smoking? How tall was he?
He didn't have a drink in his hand. He was just on his phone.
Oh my God.
What was he wearing?
That's so cool. Well, he's just an awesome dude. He's so talented.
What was he drinking? What was he wearing?
But that's about it.
What color were his underwear?
You should have said
Did you get a
something.
picture of it?
I wouldn't say Electric Forest. There's going to be a lot of famous people, but I know Lala every year. Like when I've gone, that was the biggest run-in I've had with anyone famous. But there's so many famous people at huge festivals,
Right.
Dude, think
or
about
just artists.
They're just
that
people
are not
walking around
performing
trying to
that are
have
going to
fun.
be wandering around,
Yeah.
and you can always check by their wristbands or what's going on because they'll have a different colored wristband than like general.
Yeah, artist fans.
Yeah.
With Electric Forest, if you get Good Life, which for people that don't know at home, that's where you like as VIP essentially. You get a cabin, you get your own toilet, like electricity. So we want to try that eventually, maybe next year or year after.
You don't get your own toilet.
Well, you get in your
You get air
cabin.
conditioned
Shayna would
bathrooms.
know.
Yes,
Shayna
I would.
Oh yeah, but anyway, the artists like hang out in like that back Good Life area a lot, and they have like straight up like after parties for Good Life where a DJ is just going to be playing. That's actually pretty well known.
That's legit.
And I'm just discovering this with the Reddit group is that they're going to have a DJ set up at Camp Reddit this year, which is just in general admission GA. I really want to check it out. We'll be doing a podcast each day, Nick and I anyway, just little segments on our phone about what we saw for the day, and I hope to talk about Camp Reddit and about how the after party there, they have somebody cool DJing and so forth.
That'd be legit.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to episode 9 of the EZPZ podcast. You can find the EZPZ at the EZPZ on Twitter and Instagram. You can check out our website, theezpz.com, THEEZPZ.com. You can find me, Shaun S. Johnson, on Twitter and Instagram at Shaun S. Johnson. Hey, and Shayna, where can they find you?
You can find me at Soul Sister with 3 L's.
Okay, on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Okay, and Lydia?
If you're interested, you can find me at LYDDZ on Instagram. That's Lids.
And Nick?
You can find me on Facebook at Nick Gandy Art and also Instagram at BazookaXNick.
Cool. For anyone listening at home, if they want to, check out our third co-host, Danny B, where can they find you?
Find me in the real world.
Stealth Mode Dan!